Well, hello everybody, A&P
Hello!
Adventures here. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Patrick. We're so happy you're here. We're standing right in the center of the Upper West Side by Lincoln Center, and we're excited to show it off today.
Yeah, it is Monday, May 22nd here in New York City. It's a gorgeous day. It's 71 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what, about 20 degrees Celsius, if I'm doing my math quickly, which I might be wrong. But it's going to be a beautiful day and a beautiful walk, and let's get going.
Yeah, also, if you're wondering, we took the #1 train to get to Lincoln Center. It let us right out here in front of Lincoln Center. So
easy peasy.
Let's get going.
So here we are getting ready to enter Lincoln Center now. Patrick mentioned that we are on the Upper West Side, and indeed we are, but this area used to be known as San Juan Hill. American history buffs know that term from the Spanish-American War battle in Cuba. But most people don't realize that's what this area originally was. It was a community right here that had one of the largest black populations in the city prior to World War I. And also Puerto Ricans found their home here. It was bounded to the south by 59th Street and to the north by 65th Street. And sadly, it was obliterated by a city development movement to create Lincoln Center, as you see right now. So many of those families and the people that lived in this area were moved to the Bronx and to Harlem. They were pushed up to that area for this renewal. So out of that, by the way, West Side Story is sort of the backdrop for that San Juan Hill area. Should have mentioned that. Out of that rough development in our city, we do get this incredible cultural facility. So we just want to recognize that there is a tough dichotomy here as we walk into Lincoln Center. But this is the heart of Lincoln Center right here, 16.3 acres or 6.6 hectares of a performing arts campus with about 30 different indoor and outdoor performance facilities. It houses the Metropolitan Opera, the New York City Ballet, the New York Philharmonic, Juilliard School of Music, Lincoln Center Theater, and so much more. Ground broke on this project in 1959 with a $75 million price tag, $665 million today. John D. Rockefeller helmed the project as part of Robert Moses's Urban Renewal Initiative, and it's that renewal initiative that we're saying is what kind of obliterated San Juan Hill. And this whole complex, it has a lot of free art, it has a lot of paid performances. There's so much going on here. It's pretty remarkable. So this plaza is known as the Josie Robertson Plaza, 28,000 square foot plaza, serves as the gateway to Lincoln Center. In the heart of the Josie Robertson Plaza, right here is the Revson Fountain, dedicated in 1964, designed by Philip Johnson Associates. This was funded by and named for Charles Revson, who created and managed Revlon Cosmetics for 5 decades. Seen in The Producers, Ghostbusters, Moonstruck, and quite a few more movies and TV. All right, so coming into view right there in the middle is the Metropolitan Opera, known as the Met, New York's premier opera house. It's also home to the American Ballet Theater in the summer months. Opened in 1966, it's designed by Wallace Harrison, has 3,850 seats. It's the largest repertory opera house in the world. There's a starburst chandelier right in the middle. It's designed by Roth and Lobmeyer of Vienna, a gift from Austria as repayment for American aid after World War II. And they're in the atrium as well, and they're on motorized winches so they can be raised out of the sight lines during performance. By the way, the stage in there has 7 hydraulic elevators and measures about 60 feet wide and 80 feet deep, or 18 by 24 meters.
That's how they're able to put on those massive operas.
And they really are. They are huge. So now we're back here in the Hearst Plaza. These trees you're seeing right here, some beautiful English plane trees. This plaza is used for a variety of things. The most important one, as you can see right now, is a place for people to relax, enjoy the sounds of the city, meet up with a friend for coffee, maybe get some studying done because we're right next to Juilliard and we're by a major library. But there's also some film and TV shoots back here, receptions, fashion shows. And then right here, this big reflecting pool you see in the middle. In the middle of it is a piece by Henry Moore. It's titled Reclining Figure. And it's a two-part bronze figure that was commissioned in 1965. And the image that he is going for is that of a woman and a rock rising out of the water. And if this piece looks familiar to you, it's possibly because there are a lot of other copies of this. There's a similar piece at the Charing Cross Hospital in London. He donated the plaster working model of this piece to the Art Gallery of Ontario. A bronze cast of this is also at the Visual Arts Collection at MIT. And yet another version is on the Henry Moore estate in Hertfordshire, England. Now behind this Henry Moore piece, you're seeing Lincoln Center Theatre. The upstairs, it has 3 complexes in it, by the way. The upstairs is the Vivian Beaumont, a Broadway theater. 1,200 seats, it opened in 1965. Downstairs is the Mitzi Newhouse, which is an off-Broadway theater, 299 seats. And then on the rooftop, a recent addition to this building, well, I say recent, it's actually now almost 10 years old, the Claire Toe Theater, off-Broadway theater that seats 112 people. That opened in 2012. And as we kind of make our way behind the Vivian Beaumont Theater, you're going to see across the street there Juilliard, private performing arts conservatory training about 850 undergraduate and graduate students. It's one of the world's leading institutions for drama and music and dance. It was established in 1905, named after Augustus Juilliard, a merchant who bequeathed a substantial amount of money for the advancements of arts in the United States. Some notable alums here at Juilliard: Lara Lubavitch, B.B. Newworth, Christine Baranski, Jessica Chastain, Viola Davis, Barry Manilow, Nina Simone, Adam Driver, Kelsey Grammer, Leslie Uggams, Renee Fleming, Philip Glass, Christopher Reeve, Laura Linney, Robin Williams. There's so many. It is quite a prestigious institution.
Yeah.
At the very end of this building is actually Alice Tully Hall, a concert hall named for Alice Tully, who was a performer and a philanthropist whose donations assisted in the construction of the hall. It's about 1,000 seats, and it's home to the New York Film Festival and the Chamber Music Society of Lincoln Center. All right, let's head back in. Before we make our way back into the center of the complex to show off the park on the other side, another spot to show off right here is this beautiful grassy knoll that they created. Underneath this is a restaurant known as Lincoln, I think a steakhouse. And this was all part of a plaza renewal here. And on a nice day, they seem to be letting the grass come in today. But on a nice day, when they're not as concerned about the grass, this little chain link fence will come down and you'll see folks up there picnicking and
Oh yeah, especially on
hanging
a
out.
gorgeous day. Usually on the weekends.
Be quite busy. So to the south or to the left of Lincoln Center Theater is the entrance to the Performing Arts Library, which is right here. And right in front of that is this sculpture by Alexander Calder. It kind of looks like a big spider with these steel plates, but it's entitled Les Guichets, which means ticket window in French. And that's much more thematically appropriate for this area. And you'll even see the little kind of window there in that one steel plate, which is supposed to be sort of the ticket window. And it serves as the entrance into the New York Public Library for the Performing Arts, which is a remarkable institution with also an incredible exhibit space inside. That's a rotating exhibit space. So there's been a Jerome Robbins exhibit there, Al Hirschfeld exhibit, but it's one of the world's largest collections in there pertaining to the performing arts. Opened in 1965, both audio and video recorded material in there. It's a great place to check out if you're interested in the performing arts, and specifically here in New York City. Okay, and we're going to make our way onto the south side of the plaza now, and we'll take you through the beautiful English plane trees on our way there. right, so here we are at the Damrosch Park. This is in the southern part of the complex, just south or to the left of the Metropolitan Opera. It's opened in 1969, and here in the back corner we have this open air venue. You'll see a lot of concerts and performances, dance festivals, events happening back here, even some silent discos, craft festivals. The Big Apple Circus happens back here as well. But then also in the front part of the plaza, as you can see as we walk through, there's a lot of areas for people to sit and enjoy the shadiness of some trees on a warm summer day, meet up with some friends for coffee. They're prepping for Summer for the City, a whole summer of events happening here at Lincoln Center. Heading back into the Josie Robertson Plaza, you'll see there in the distance the David Geffen Hall, formerly known as the Avery Fisher Hall, and before that the Philharmonic Hall. That opened in 1962 and was originally designed by Max Abramovitz. 2,700 seats. It's home to the New York Philharmonic, plus a lot of visiting orchestras like the London Symphony Orchestra. Miles Davis, Simon and Garfunkel, Bob Dylan, they all released albums from concerts they performed here at this venue. It had a recent major renovation and just reopened, about a year ago, I guess?
Yeah, they did something called retuning, right? They retuned the hall.
I think so, yeah. Now up there on that mezzanine level, you'll see two pieces, Lipton's Archangel, 1964, and Dmitri Hadzi's K458, The Hunt. It came in 1964 as well. They were originally in the lobby, but they moved them out here for greater visibility. And then as we pivot around, you'll see the David Koch Theater, home to the New York City Ballet on the other side of the plaza. Opened in 1964. It was designed by Philip Johnson and John Bergy, 2,600 seats. Also a venue for the American Ballet Theater. It was the home for the New York City Opera for quite some time too, before that organization folded. So we're gonna make our way now to the Rubenstein Atrium, which is a little bit south of here, across the street and south. So let's head down there. By the way, if you're coming to Lincoln Center to see something and you need a good place to eat, two recommendations on this block: PJ Clark's right here, and Rosa Mexicano, which we're going to see coming up as we make our way into the atrium.
Yeah.
Here we are inside the David Rubenstein Atrium. Now, right out of the gate, you notice this incredible wall of plants right here. A vertical garden, 34 by 21 feet or 10 by 6.4 meters, sustained by water and its own nutrients, light, carbon dioxide, and the alchemy of photosynthesis. Features over 2,000 tropical plants, and also a perfect way to enter into the David Rubenstein Atrium, who is a co-founder and co-chairman of the Carlyle Group, one of the world's largest and most successful private investment firms. They donated the money for this. This atrium is open to the public and has scheduled events throughout the week here, including some free performances. Now, the wall above us, you can see right there, is a fabric wall of felted wool and silk. It's by Claudie Jongstra in 2009, a Dutch artist. And she harvests wool from her own flock of sheep using only natural dyes. And it's massive. It's 97 feet 3 inches by 16 feet 5 inches, 30 by 5 meters. A nice little tranquil spot to meet up with somebody, have a snack, maybe see a performance. Oftentimes they'll have some jazz performances in here. Also, right in the middle, on the south side of this little atrium, you'll find the Lincoln Center outpost of TKTS, which is open Tuesday through Saturday, I believe 11 to 6 p.m. And this is where you can get discounted performances for Broadway shows and events that are happening at Lincoln Center. It's similar to the one they have in Times Square, but usually has a shorter line.
Yeah.
Hot tip.
That's right.
Okay, as we make our way out, enjoy the other garden wall, and we're going to head outside and head back up north to Dante Park and take in some final views of Lincoln Center. So just coming out of the Rubenstein Atrium and heading back up to the Lincoln Center, the center of Lincoln Center, right across the street here is Dante Park. This was established in 1921 by funds donated by the Italian Americans in honor of the Italian poet Dante Alighieri. You'll see a statue right here of Dante in the middle holding a copy of the Divine Comedy in his hands. The artist is Ettore Ximenez. It's made of bronze. And at the northern end of this park, you'll see the time sculpture right here by Philip Johnson, who also did the Revson Fountain across the street. And this was dedicated to the park in 1999. You can see it's 10 after 12 on this beautiful Monday afternoon. That's all.
That's all, folks.
The end. Curtain. That seems appropriate for Lincoln Center.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you all for joining us to show off this incredible cultural performing arts campus. It's a major institution here in New York City.
It's a kind of a one-stop shop for all things, in the arts. It's really a cool complex. A bummer how what all of the people that had to be displaced to make this happen, but it is an extraordinary arts complex. It really is.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Favorite thing you've seen here in the Lincoln Center complex?
I can tell you that it was the revival of Carousel in, I want to say it was 1994. That was probably the most stunning production of Carousel that we'll ever see. It came from it was a London production that they moved over.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful, beautiful evening.
I would say Contact, the dance piece Contact.
That was really
my
good.
favorite that I've seen here. But if you're coming to New York, check out what Lincoln Center has to offer. They have a lot of free events, a lot of ticketed events as well. But thank you for joining us today. We're AMP Adventures, and if you liked this video, give us a like, maybe subscribe to us, and click that bell for some notifications.
Yeah, and if you want to see more, we've put up several, lots of content on our page, so check it out, and like, subscribe, comment, all of those things. We appreciate it.
We'll see you on the next journey. Bye.